Hello, sirs. I believe we are live. I have to get verbal confirmation from my producer. Verbal confirmation from my producer. Is that correct? We are live. Hello, welcome to Space Evaded, the hottest show on the internet currently. Only because Trent is on camera with us. Yeah. That's the reason it's the hottest, guys. So
that makes sense.
Let's just talk a little bit about you. Let's start this off. Who are you, Trent? And what do you do?
Well, I'm Trent. I guess formerly known as Modpax, now known as Trentpax, but just call me Trent. Dota 2 caster, Canadian dude, married, living the dream, right?
Living the dream, living the married dream, no less.
The married dream.
Now, some of my viewers are from Canada. You know, my many viewers that are currently in here. Where are you coming from Canada? I'm now Vancouver, right? I heard Vancouver sucks.
Oh, God, no, that's way over. So I have a map over there. So it's just fully, I need to get my perspective of just how friggin' far away. Like, Vancouver, this is the thing about Canada. I'm from the East Coast.
Tell me about Canada.
See, it's kind of weird because we pride ourselves so much on being, like, so different than America for the most part. That's how we, like, justify our entire existence is, like, contrasting ourselves to Americans.
Right.
So, despite the fact that I'm like probably way more similar to some bloke down in Maine or New England or something compared to those hippies over in BC, we're still best friends because we're both Canadians, right? But like when you think about it, BC's is like the same distance as Iceland from my place. I mean,
I never thought about
Canada's
it.
Canada's pretty big. It's far away.
That's true. Canada's pretty big. I mean, America's pretty big too. And I don't want to make this into a contest about how we're bigger.
But you're not.
But we're not. I mean, we're bigger in pride. And that's really where it counts, to be honest
Freedom.
with you. So.
Yep.
Didn't even think about Team Freedom, which we're going to jump right into. Let's talk about Kiev. For those of you who are watching, I'm assuming most of the people in the audience probably watch or play Dota. As you guys know, the Kiev Major is coming up, kind of a big deal. I mean, we already know who's going to win. It's all scripted. Squirrel College is going to clutch through from the bottom of the ninth. The new... I don't want to leak who's on the roster, but I'm a little biased. Because they're my favorite up-and-coming team. But eight direct invites.
Yes, Valve has blessed us with information today, which was
with an announcement of an announcement, no less.
I mean, how else do you do it, right?
I mean, that's
Only
Valve
way
time.
To go.
That's truly some Valve time stuff right there.
Yeah.
I mean,
can't say I was expecting that.
Was that sarcasm, man?
Well, no, I was just so like, I saw a tweet from Cyborg Matt that was like, Dota 2 invites Kiev, and I was like so hyped. I like retweet that shit instantly. I clicked that link, and I saw the countdowns, and I actually like fell on my keyboard. I was just like, honestly, the Open Qualifier is in like 3 days, and you have like just let people know what the hell is going on.
Yeah, all right. So 3 days, right? But let's see, 12 hours, 17 minutes until the first direct invite. That's less than 3 days, man. Come on.
From what I've gathered as well, from what I understand, the teams do know at the very least. So we can at least be happy with that, because I can remember there were times where teams were like genuinely just like, are we invited or not? And like waiting for this countdown thing. So at least the teams know who's going. So it is mostly just a spectacle for the spectators themselves. But, I want to know. I got to see what's going on.
I mean, I agree with you. I mean, I'd like to know. But let's take some predictions. Like, we don't have to talk about it too much. We don't have to get into the reasonings, but I just want to hear your predictions. And why do you think that this team right here on my camera, right here, why is this team getting invited? This team.
Oh, yes, Mr. The great
Digital Chaos.
Yeah,
Digital Chaos. Your boss.
Yeah.
Your boss's other venture.
They're in the I guess it would be the quartet of the locks, right? Guaranteed essentially to be coming in. I think most people have put it at that. I think it's a fair assessment. OG, DC, EG, and I think Liquid deserves to be that fourth one. Some would say maybe Newbie instead of Liquid, depending, but I think at this point Liquid are pretty much guaranteed to be invited as well in terms of like that big top four. Not really a question. Honestly, now that we know it's 8, there's really not too much wiggle room throughout the entire thing. I think if there's any sort of a shocker that's going to be coming out for people, it's probably just going to revolve around what we can fairly assume is no Southeast Asian invite. They have 2 people coming in, right? So highly unlikely there's a direct invite from SEA for any team, which means a lot of people predicting TNC perhaps going to be disappointed that their lack of involvement. But I think a lot of people can understand that, considering the format of WESG, the lack of actual big teams and stuff. So
yeah, I mean, I can pretty much agree with that. Now, I'm no professional, I'm no professional. Let me make that clear. I'm not quite like you, Mr. Former Complexity, now Moonduck analyst. But
Nice.
you know, I would say that pretty much everything that you said is kind of like a lock, more or less. I think that you know, we were talking about this a little bit earlier. I think that like we were talking about how we think that 3 Chinese teams are going to get invited, or at least I said that.
Right.
And you were kind of like, you know, on board with it a little bit. And I was saying I think it's going to be like Newbie, Wings, VGJ. So do you think that's a lot of Chinese teams with like how they've been performing lately? I feel like maybe I'm biased just because of, you know, my shirt here. And so, you know, I hate communism.
Hey, well, NA Dota is as strong as it's ever been. So honestly,
I mean, that's true.
It's fine. You know, I'm A-okay. I will say I've been spending the majority of my time down in the old SEA and a little bit of Europe these days. So I'm not quite as, you know, up there in terms of my Chinese scene as before. But the fact they're still getting 2 invites, pretty exciting, I would say, right? Like who else? I mean, you start thinking about all these other teams. We still have the LGDs. We have all the E-homes.
Right.
We have the IGs who won't be getting invited at all. So despite the fact that even if you do give them 2 or 3 direct invites through this newbie VGJ and Wings, there is still a lot of depth in China. There's definitely no question about that. I think Knoxville actually had a pretty good point on his tweet. I'd have to bring it up, but essentially it was like a poll where it was just talking about which regions do you think have more depth. And obviously, with his follower base, it is going to start to go towards Europe and
Dan's game.
If he didn't group
Dan's game chat.
NA and SA together, maybe more that direction. But the whole idea, China is definitely much deeper than anyone here in the West is going to give it credit for. And it's understandable. Right. We just don't have that same knowledge about the region from here. And they would say the same thing about us. So
yeah, of course. That makes sense. But I don't think there's really a whole lot of, like you were saying, there's not a whole lot of like wiggle room. I think most of the 8 locks are kind of in there. But I think the more important things is, will veggies make it to the regionals? That's what everybody wants to know. Will veggies
they're
make
gonna
it
have to like
class?
Throw to like cast games or something. They're a lock, dude. What is it? I mean, 4 open qualifier slots.
4 open qualifier spots. Seriously,
America.
That's a lot. God bless. I mean, we were talking about this a little bit before too. I was saying that like it's pretty obvious that complexity gets one of the slots, and then like coming up after that is probably like some combination of doo-wop, wheel wreck,
right?
And if that's assuming, again, this is assuming that like Team Freedom and Team Red get invites to the regionals, like invites to the actual regionals. They don't have to go through the open qualifiers. But that still leaves 1 slot open. I can't really think of a lot of other like super great North American teams that have been together for a while that I think will
that's
really go through. I think Veggies has a pretty decent spot, actually. Pretty good chance, considering what there's like, I haven't looked right now, but I'm assuming probably like 48 teams signed up so far.
It was even less. It wasn't looking too good the last time I checked either. But yeah, I think you're right. It probably is around like 40 some at this point. I think yesterday, within like 24 hours of it opening, there were still at like 20 signed up teams or something. It was
exactly 24 hours. I think it was like 21 or 22 were like signed up, and then
rough.
Earlier today it was like 32 or something like that. So
yeah,
that's not good. South America though,
like the teams filtering in now are definitely not guaranteed to be like contenders or anything like that.
No, not at all.
South America is a very interesting talking point, I think.
Really? What do you have to say about South America, man?
I mean, this is painful to look at, right? 8 open qualifier slots. You see
8 open qualifier slots. Seriously.
2 invited teams. It's just growing pains of a region. It really hurts to look at now, and they're going to get a lot of shit for it, and it's understandable, but it's a major step by Valve to actually try and put that, region on the map. That was NA Dota like 3 years ago. There was EG, and there was literally not, like, do you guys remember what there was before Complexity? Like, people shit on Complexity, but before Complexity, there was fucking nothing. Like, it was literally EG, one of the best teams in the world. And that was it. There was no one else. And it sucked. So that same kind of thing was just happening there. Just unfortunately for South America, they don't have that big tier 1 team to at least give some sort of like a peak on the region. But this forces change, right? This definitely brings an investment, gives at least some sort of credibility to the region. So yeah, it sucks right now, and it's pretty pitiful to look at on that website, but they're getting there, Gotta start somewhere.
Unfortunately, that is true. I honestly, for how much I know about North America, or how much I claim to know about North America at the very least, I actually don't think I can name the two teams for South America that get invited because to the regionals
like
that is.
Ago, but
I honestly can't because not today changed, right? I think Infamous.
It's one Brazilian team. It's two Brazilian teams, and I can't remember who's on their rosters.
Is it? Oh, SG Esports.
Yes, that is one of them. And then I can't remember who the other squad is. I haven't cast South American Dota in like a year and a half.
Me neither, man. Me neither.
Yeah. Everywhere I see this get mentioned, by the way, on like Twitch chat and everything like that, everyone always accidentally puts South African, and it makes me laugh.
South Africa.
I imagine like this 10-team South African qualifier.
Shout out to
amazing that would be.
Shout out to Knoxville with the South African stuff.
Bravado Gaming.
Well, Bravado Gaming.
Yeah.
Actually, that was.
And White Rabbit Esports.
I was gonna say that leads us into. I was hoping to ask how Dubai was, man, because not very many people know this. That you and Lyrical, who just got a bunch of stuff because he casted his first big LAN.
The man.
But first of all, Lyrical casted in Dubai with you. Tell me about Dubai.
Well, that
you don't have to get too much into it. I know there's some
it was
details.
Great. Well, first off, Lyrical's the best, obviously.
Lyrical's the man.
So very happy for him at Star Ladder. It was awesome to watch those games. It's I like didn't get to watch much of it, but I tried to watch as many games as I can. I'll still be going back to go through them all. But we were at TI. And that was the first time I had met Gabe in person, which was pretty funny because I didn't even know he was going, but I guess I should have assumed. But so I got to hang out with him a bit. And on like the third or fourth day, I just get a message from him. And he was just like, hey, check your Twitter. And I was like, okay. So I like go on my Twitter and stuff. And I have messages from, it was from like James and I think it was Too Good and Christian from Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
And they were just like, oh, hey.
Transor, right?
Yeah, it was Trans. That's who it was. And they were like, hey, do you want to go to Dubai? It's like, let me just think about that for a second.
Yeah, I'm not really sure, actually.
Yeah.
Check my schedule.
They needed, they wanted contractors and casters and stuff to go out. They were looking for just kind of, people who would do it. And everyone else was really busy because there was something happening at BTS after. It might have been like a mafia or a town or something. And a lot of people weren't really interested in going. And so it ended up being Lyrical and I. And it was like the funnest shit ever. Dubai was insane. It was crazy. I love traveling. And it's everything you'd expect. And Dubai is a place I never thought that I would want to go at all.
Tell me about the Lamborghinis. How many?
Dude, I literally saw
everywhere?
a traffic jam. I literally saw a Lamborghini traffic jam where they were just completely stacked up. Like they were all trying to get in this parking lot. And I shit you not, there were three of them just in a row. And they couldn't get in. And like I joked about seeing that before I went there, and I actually lost my mind when I saw it. It was it's something to behold, I have to say. I never thought I would have recommended going there to a person because it doesn't sound like something that I'd be very interested in. But when you're actually there and you're walking behind these two 12-year-old kids that are wearing more jewelry than your entire net worth, and they both pull out their gold-plated iPhones, which every single person has, and all of Dubai, every iPhone is gold. God. At least the ones I saw. It's crazy. Like, you just can't believe what it's like. But, I did the sightseeing stuff. We stayed in some crazy hotel. The players loved it, as you can imagine, because they were all like those kind of teams, right? Bravado and White Rabbit. Teams. And Bisa was there, which is really funny.
Bisa was really? What team was Bisa playing for?
Team Jordan.
He's half Jordanian, right? Yeah.
So that was really funny. So I get my occasional Bisa shout out now whenever I cast his games. I get like a shout out to Moppax.
So
that was pretty funny.
Shout out to Moppax.
We got an audience question here. Modpacks, kids when, dude?
Oh, kids when, man. That's some family issues. I don't know. How old am I? I'm 26. I have to look at.
You're pretty old, dude. You're about to die. You're pretty close to dying, man.
Pretty much dead. Yep. So
you pretty much got like 2 years left to father some kids, man.
Yeah. When does nuts fall off when you're like 30 or something? Is that about right?
I don't know. Right, so. I think we can ask Butler. I think he said 28. I'm not really sure.
All right. Good.
So I said, you got about 2 years, man.
Yeah.
Get on it.
Sounds good. No, I don't have any cool announcements to post on Twitter like Blaze or Toffees. So. Shout out to those guys. They're both popping out number 2, man. Those guys, some hard-working papas.
Hard-working papas, man.
Yep.
That's true.
We asked a chat, by the way, in a straw poll, what was in your glass? 7 people answered maple syrup and 1 Coke. Could you clarify that, please?
Is that maple syrup?
No, it's rum and Coke, actually.
Rum and Coke.
But mostly just Coke.
Mostly just
I thought
rum.
I would entertain you guys. Yeah.
Bet nobody can guess
It's
what's
a
in this
Thursday
glass.
night. A Bailey's.
Freedom, by the way. Freedom's in this glass. But okay, so this is the most important question. You know, I put out a Twitter poll that nobody answered, and I asked, what is the one question that I have to ask Moppax, or Trentpax, or Trent, however you choose to call him, and everybody wants to know, how was your nap on elimination mode, and was it really not scripted, man?
Dude, that was 100% not scripted. Fuck.
Because I need to know, man. I really need to know.
God, that was actually so funny. I rewatched that clip. So I'm gonna like rewatch it the second this ends. That clip is actually so funny.
It's really good,
and
man.
I can't watch it without laughing because I've been up. I literally was doing Mr. Cat. I'm still doing Mr. Cat. I'm still in the Mr. Cat grind. I do love it too. It's like I do not look down on Mr. Cat at all. I fucking love those games. It's a jolly old time. But I was completely exhausted and I had like no sleep, and that game was over, right? Like I was literally watching this game. I was like, oh, this game's so over. Like this is not going to work. They're going to lose. And they tried to hold out as long as they could. And I just slowly, my logic was, I thought I was out of the camera shot so that even if they did come back, I wouldn't be like in view and they'd just be like, oh, hey, Trent. And I would just like sit up.
And then you would wake up, right?
But no, I was completely out. And
you
that
were
was
out,
me straight up waking up. Oh my God, that clip is so funny because you just watch my face. The realization is actually so
Dude,
good.
it actually looked legit. I was honestly surprised. Well, because it started out. Here's the reason why I didn't think it was real at first. Because it started out and then like, you know, Slacks and Zyori were both whispering into the microphone. And I was like, oh, this is a bit. Like this is a bit. There's no way that they thought of this on the spot. But alas, when I saw you wake up, I was like, oh, that's real. There's no way that's real, dude. That's a genuine response to somebody who would just like pass out in the middle of class.
The face is so good. I can just picture it perfectly. My eyes are just like, like, oh, shit, we're still alive.
I was actually laughing out loud at work, and I felt pretty bad about it because I didn't want somebody to walk over to my desk and be like, hey, what you watching, bro? You watching the new Adam Sandler comedy? But you know.
Oh God,
it wasn't. Good. It was just the Trentpax comedy.
Uploaded by Dota 2 clips. Wow, some dude actually put it on YouTube's, but on the YouTubes. God, I sound like an old person.
The YouTubes? You are old, dude. I'm telling you. You got 2 years left, dude. You just showed it in your vocab. That's how this works.
Yeah, I'm practically dead. But yeah, no, completely unplanned and quite funny. And God, that
was good.
It really
good,
looks
man.
like the Resident Sleeper one too. Actually, it's quite.
Dude, did you see? I think in the House of Dank Memes Discord.
I've seen.
We have Trent Sleeper or whatever it is.
Sleeper packs.
Sleeper packs, right. Sleeper packs. Yeah. So how do you change your sleep schedule? Like,
I don't know. I'm very lucky.
Like, how do you do it?
I just don't have a problem with it. Really, it doesn't bother me. It's a very fortunate trait to have in this profession. But as long as like,
especially with Mr. Cat.
Exactly. My timings don't matter as long as I get like 4 hours at a time. I can sleep like 4 hours work and then sleep another like 2 and I'm like totally fine for the day. Or I can like sleep for 7 hours and then stay up for 10 and then, you know, sleep for something else. I can make it work. I don't have any trouble with it, fortunately.
I mean, I'm pretty much the same way, but then usually it catches up to me after like a week and then I just want to die. Like
that's fair.
My current process is like, I'll come home and I'll take a nap. It'll be like anywhere between 20 minutes to 2 hours. And then I get up and I stay up until 3 a.m, go to sleep, go to work at like 9 the next day. But the problem is that if I miss that nap, like the first day that I miss that nap from like getting home from work.
Oh yeah. Yeah. No, then
it's over. Yeah. It's over. It's completely done. Like if somebody's like, oh, let's go to the movies or whatever. And then I go to the movies. I'm like halfway through John Wick 2 and the movie's exciting. I love the movie and I'm about to pass out because my body's just like, bro, why are you not asleep right now? You dumb idiot. Please pass out.
If I can't sleep, I put the fire on. That's what I always do. I just go up, I start a fire, I take my couch in the living room and I yank it right up next to the fireplace and I lay the fuck down. And I'm out like a light, man. I fall asleep in like 2 minutes.
I mean, you have to go outside in the harsh Nova Scotia winter. Chop down some trees, man.
Yeah, gotta get
that wakes you right up. Yep. You know, that you're cheating, dude. That you go outside and you just get blasted with the constant incoming of snow because I imagine that's how Nova Scotia is, right?
Yeah.
Just like a constant blizzard year round.
It's not too bad now, actually. It's good. But it's been a lot of snow actually this winter. It's crazy. There was one time, not even kidding, there was actually 6 feet of snow on either side of my driveway from so much shoveling. It was terrible. Yeah.
Listen, I live, slightly south, on the still on the East Coast. I know, man. I know about the shoveling, dude. Trust me, it's not good. It is unenjoyable. Snowing is the worst part. I actually like snow because everybody in Rhode Island actually like deals with like knowing how to drive. So it's not like in Texas, for instance.
Oh yeah.
Where like they get 1 inch of snow and like literally 20 cars of dead people on the highway because of this 1 inch of snow. Like this 65-year-old lady who doesn't put beans in her chili because they don't do that in Texas. Like spins out on the highway, slams. What? Yeah, they don't put beans in their chili in Texas, and they're wrong. They're wrong, by the way.
Oh, I feel like we had this discussion once.
We did have this discussion.
We did.
It was it Cam?
Yes.
Who were we yelling at? Oh.
Cam does not put beans in his chili because he hates life.
Cam.
Dude, people from Texas are so dumb for not putting beans in their chili. Honestly, so stupid.
I don't even know. What do you put in it?
Probably rattlesnakes. I don't know. What else does like Texas export?
His answer was you put more meat, but honestly, just like not having chili just with beans.
I mean, you could just put more meat in it with beans too.
Yeah,
like
exactly.
What does it's not like it stops you from doing that.
Yeah, I don't know. He's got problems.
Yeah, Trent is right.
Claimed.
Craig is right. Cam is wrong.
Yeah.
I think that's
this is what every podcast I feel you guys ever should do or like should boil down to, right? It's just
I'm gonna ask every person. Every single person who comes on here, I'm gonna ask if they eat chili, and if they do they put beans in their chili? And if they say no, then I know they're from Texas and I know they're stupid, dumb, and wrong. And so that's actually pretty much how it is.
All right, I like it.
I hope chat is flaming Cam, by the way.
Yeah, they are.
I sincerely hope that every single person is flaming him because he truly deserves it. I actually had one more question before we start talking about golf with your friends. Don't worry, this one's quick. Tell me about Midas mode.
Oh, Midas mode.
I actually want to know a little bit about Midas mode.
All right.
At least what you can tell me.
Yeah, I can lay out some things that aren't in the non-disclosure agreement. Basically, Midas mode. Well, you guys saw the video, I'm sure most of you. And Slack's laid out quite a bit of it. The idea was brought to us by Z Freak for the most part. He
nice, good lad.
He just was like, hey man, you guys know like fantasy where you have these things where you like basically you just you have a salary cap, you get players, you can do like fantasy style website or just like how a real team works. What if you could do that same thing with heroes and Dota? And so we just kind of played with the idea. And then in typical Moonduck fashion, our main goal is to have the community involved because that's kind of our thing, right? That's what's so fun about elimination mode is that people can feel involved and banning the heroes. And it's like they're taking part in the tournament. So we want to do that again, but we have to try and differentiate it from elimination mode because you don't want to be just that similar. That's a little bit boring. So I guess the best way to put it will be that the cool thing about Midas mode is that you're going to be able to have a fan experience that's connected to the players, but it's also going to be separate at the same time. So you're going to be competing against other fans in a couple different ways. So it's going to be a lot of fun. It's going to take a ton of work. But we're already hard working out. We had like an hour and a half long meeting just the other day, and like this event's not going to be until like after Kiev, like
Buka. Right,
Buka God, dude.
Buka is the
Nahaz too, man. I mean, we brought in Nahaz, and he's
that's true.
He's sorting the shit out, dude. If there's ever anything Nahaz was gonna be the best at, there's no question. This is it. So this is like his life, dude.
That's true.
I thought he was the best at Symmetra.
Well, probably that's
Symmetra on offense.
On offense, capture point.
Symmetra on offense. You have to make. There's an asterisk next to the Symmetra that says only on offense.
But yeah, no. So he was super helpful in like kind of saving us from like falling down bad pits or anything like that.
Now, I mean, obviously, this would be a lot of these questions that I want to ask would be more pertaining to Buka, just about the back end stuff. But like, is there a website like that? Like, are you guys having a little website kind of like elimination mode that people go to and like vote on and stuff like that?
Yeah, there'll be a lot of the same ideas where I mean, people saw elimination mode, they'd watch and they're like, how do I play this in client? Like, where did they see this? How do the players know how to do this? Because it just looks so much like the client when Buka does it. Like, he's so good at creating these interfaces.
Buka's
a god. Buka's the
honestly that, and he's the man.
Yeah.
If you guys ever get the chance to go to a Dota LAN and you know that Moonduck is there, look into my eyes. I want you to go up to Buka and tell him Craig sent you and to say he's the man, because Buka truly is the man. Look for the handsome, tall European guy with the Moonduck cast.
Yeah,
The handsome one of the cast.
he sneaks around. He's got the good life.
He lurks. He's in the shadows.
It's
I was
funny when
telling
people
him,
come up and say, "Hey, you're Buka, right?" And he's just like, "What?"
oh well, I mean, his picture on there? I actually don't remember if his picture's on your website.
I don't think so.
I guess it's from that Twitter post that like you guys had with all the guns. Well, not you, but like the
Oh
was, like,
yeah,
one of, like,
that's probably
slacks
what it was. Yeah,
diary in them.
yeah. Damn, I missed out on that one.
You miss out on the good old American tradition of
Yeah,
shooting big guns.
I look forward to that. You know, I've won the family shoot 2 years in a row now. First
2 years in a
two-time
row.
winner.
Is that a thing in Canada?
What?
The family shoot?
No, it's just my family, but we have a big
All right.
trophy. Damn, I should have brought it down. It's like big ass.
Is it like a what is it of? Is it of like a giant like Maple
It's got like a trophy cup with a person with a gun on top.
Could you elaborate
Kind of.
what is shooting win?
Basically, it started like it probably started like when I was born. So I guess I mean it'd be like 22 or 23 years ago. I was definitely alive when it started, I think. But it's just been a family shoot that people all come to my parents' place around Thanksgiving, Canadian Thanksgiving, of course.
Canadian Thanksgiving, right?
Yeah,
Right.
which is
Important
a little bit
distinction.
earlier than yours. And we shoot targets, so it's a competition. Basically, there's just guns. You rotate through the guns. You shoot the targets. Highest score wins. Two-time champion. 2 years in a row.
I was kind of hoping that it would be like a photo shoot, and you'd had to be like the most fabulous there.
No,
I would have. That
sorry.
would have been great pictures.
I
if
also
you
would
won.
have won that 2 years in a row, though.
Oh,
I'm sure,
yeah?
as well. So
That's dope.
yeah,
I mean, as long as you don't adopt Buka.
yeah, that's true.
So,
Sexy man that he is.
oh, another question that's pretty good. What do you think about the Jordy Ben trade from Montreal?
Wait, what?
Not Jamie, Jordy, the defenseman, his brother.
I didn't even know he had a brother, dude.
You
think I have
guys
time
and
to
your
watch hockey these days?
frickin' hockey.
Besides Minnesota.
Yeah,
So
You can
he
all
got
in
traded?
sports,
I didn't
Yeah.
know that.
they traded him from Dallas to Montreal.
Damn, dude, that's savage.
Are you listening to these Canadians right here? Do you guys hear this? This is what I have to deal with.
How do you just break a guy up like that?
Yeah, I
So
don't. Well, maybe it brings Jamie Ben to Montreal after that. If you didn't.
Well, that's a real question. So, like, does he made a statement? That's crazy.
Nah, as far as I don't know. But
Yeah,
then
okay.
we'll go back to esports right away. Who's winning DAC, man?
Who's winning DAC?
Yeah.
Ooh, I mean, my initial gut instinct is just say DC. I mean, EG. Honestly, but well, let's see. I don't know. We don't get to see them too much. Who's qualified? Who are the invites? That's the one I don't know because I cast all the qualifiers and I'm probably forgetting some of these invites. But wow, I just googled DAC and I see this picture of the lads with the Radiants. That's great. It's been so long.
It's been a long time since DAC.
Oh,
By the way,
look at this stuff, man.
Rip
The
James.
EG backstab with the VG.
Rip James, by the way. Shout outs to James.
Oh, James.
So
Speaking of James, I got a poster from his new game. His autograph's on it. It's pretty dark, so I can't show it here. You know, not enough don't to be able to see the black text. But he autographed it. Just know I have a James autograph, and y'all
Nice. That's
don't.
exciting.
Y'all don't.
I hope that game is good. That looks
Diabolical. It looks
Yeah.
fun.
Yeah,
I backed it
nice arena.
just because I kind of like it. It looks good, and I like James. I have to support James after he was backstabbed by Gabe in the stack. So I mean,
Yeah, that was quite the experience.
it was. I was watching there's like a YouTube video, video of like all
I
the,
watched that too. Oh,
Oh,
God.
that was so funny.
That was the best panel of all time.
That was really good.
No
I know a lot of
question.
people, you know, they say that they don't really like James as much as like, you know, Red Eye, people like that, but it's a different.
Yeah, it's just different.
It's
It's,
a-
not
it's a
at all
different
the
thing.
same thing. Like, just totally different. If you want to actually talk about the game, then yes, you probably want Red Eye or Machine or something. But if you want
Right.
just filling time, which they needed at Shanghai, I don't
They
think you guys
needed
remember, but
A
there was
lot,
of fill.
at Shanghai.
So, there's only so much that you can be entertaining about Dota without playing any matches. Whereas the way that you're like drawing up personalities and creating that conflict is just so funny. But you know, he obviously went too far and ignored production, and I'm sure
Yeah,
he
of
knows
course.
he kind of goofed a little bit. But my God, if those highlights aren't amazing.
Since you spoke about the host and you didn't mention Call Guy, I kind of want your opinion on like no, like this is serious.
Oh, I'm talking about
This is not biased.
Who were
like,
specifically mentioned in that thread. Thank you very much.
do you
But
think
anyway.
like there's value to bringing people from other games over people that like have done Dota for a while? Like, what's your opinion on that?
I think Machine is just widely regarded as like on top right now, as well as looking to elevate. So he's at a point where he's still looking for like challenges because he's not Red Eye, because Red Eye is established. Red Eye can theoretically get invited to anything. Obviously, they've kind of mixed it up now with like Machine showing up to Boston and stuff. But the idea of this, like, are there limits to Machine yet? Like, he's still so young that the fact that he's just jumping right into Dota like this is actually so good for his whole career. But in terms for Dota, it's to me, I think he proved that if you're good enough, it doesn't matter, right? Like, he obviously did his research. He fit in totally well.
I think did a really good
someone
job.
like Dakota could kill it. I'm sure he definitely could, but obviously he wasn't given that opportunity by Valve, unfortunately. And the way that Machine did doesn't bode too well because he was fantastic. So.
I think Machine did a really good job. I don't know like what the overlap is between CS:GO and Dota as far as like the general fan base. I'd imagine it's like pretty much more than any other like combination of esports that I guess I could think of. I feel like they probably have the biggest overlap, mainly just because like both Steam platforms, both made by Valve, they're both like considered the quote unquote harder.
Too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it too. The harder types
of their like perspective genres. That's the way I would put it. So I feel like they probably have the biggest overlap. So a lot of the fan base probably kind of knew who the Machine was, at least a little bit. But I only knew him a little bit. I watched CS:GO here and there. I'm not going to pretend to be an expert, but I feel like he did a really good job.
CS:GO, dude. That game confuses me to not confuse me to watch.
It's so
no. But here's my thing, because
it's literally your competition, man.
Yeah, but naturally I want to go deeper, right? Like,
all right. Yeah,
I understand the game on the basic level, but like I still don't understand the full concepts of like ecos and shit because I've never played, so I don't know all all that stuff.
I mean, that's fair enough. I kind of get that.
Yeah, I do understand that when you shoot the guy in the head, he dies, and you wish you plant the bomb.
I just didn't know if that worked in Canada. I didn't know if that whole shooting thing worked in Canada. I thought that people only got shot in America.
Actually, it's a proven fact that if you die in Canada, you're not really dead in real life. Like,
because of the healthcare.
Yeah,
because of the healthcare, right? Yeah. I understand that. That's understandable. But okay. Last question is.
Oh, good.
Do you like working at Moonduck? Simple question.
Yeah, I do actually.
Do you like working with Mott?
I do.
Travis.
Yeah.
What about Sayori?
I start calling him Travis, and he's like, I like to be called Mott.
I know.
Okay.
I call him Mott too. He doesn't get to call Travis.
Right. You got it, dude. I will call you Mott all the time. It's great. I mean, everything's pretty much what I was hoping for in turn, because I was just doing my own thing, contracting for a while, and then when Moonduck approached me, I was just like, well, this makes a lot of sense. It's like, it's not something that fully commits you to. You're not just Moonduck, like it's this like backbone of support that you have to help you do whatever the hell you want to do. And obviously we do a bunch of stuff together, but you're still encouraged to be seeking out your own things at the same time. It's not
you mean like
sort
here,
of a like
tonight.
Yeah, I mean this kind of shit. Like it's.
I'm just kidding.
It's not like I have to like clear this with Moonduck
I'm just
and be like,
really? I mean, we're kind of a big deal.
Oh, that's also true. But anything like that. So no, it's great. I love it. I love everyone there. So we have a grand old time.
Does everybody see my dog here?
No, I can see his tail.
Look at his tail. Oh, here he is. He wants to go on my bed, but there's a Team Slacks fan in the way.
Well, yeah, they always get in the way. They're very obnoxious.
The biggest Slacks fan here.
How new is that thing? Is that like an older fan? Because most of Slacks fans tend to be like 12 years old. So it's probably that's a haha. Right,
that was a good joke.
Thanks.
That was a good joke. I appreciate you. That's actually a relatively young fan. That's actually like 4.
Oh wow.
I think maybe less than that actually. I don't remember when I moved in. But yeah, I mean, I think we should maybe start, wrapping this up, get into the golf stream.
Tie a bow on it.
Tie a bow on it. We'll bring you on for more in the future, man. We love having you.
What? Yeah,
Love talking to you.
I'll come. God. All right, just kidding. I'll be.
Yeah, that's what I
Don't
thought.
worry.
Just kidding.
So yeah,
But we're gonna play some golf.
Yeah.
Take a 5-minute break. Chat is welcome to play some golf with us if you guys want to body Trent. He's never played it.
It's true. I have not.
His payment for doing this show that we forced him to do was to buy him this game.
Yeah, it's pretty great actually.
So pretty much, you come on this show, you get a game. Unfortunately, nobody in my chat is relevant to come on this show besides you.
That's fair.
No flame. So, any closing words, thoughts, etc.? Any shout outs?
Well, shout out to the fam. I see y'all out there. You guys coming on Space Evaded. Oh, wait. I have to ask my one question. Why is it called Space Evaded?
Space Evaded. I'm glad somebody asked me this. Okay, so I'll answer this because Pierre doesn't actually know because I'm the one that said the name.
Okay.
We have 3 minutes, by the way, left on this call. 3 minutes, 50 seconds. So I got this. No problem. So Space Evaded, we were talking about names, and I was listing stuff like it takes 2 to tango, like all these things. I was like, I don't want like a corny, really corny name like that. So I started kind of just like listing out, Dota concepts like space created, things like that. One of the ones I said was Space Evaded. And it was kind of ironic, but then we both kind of liked how it sounded. And my logic for why I think that it's a good name is because when you say space created, that means that you're creating distance between you and the other people.
Right.
You're creating space. This show's all about getting to know you. You're doing the opposite of creating space. You're evading that space.
Whoa, hold on.
And getting to know the people. Shout outs with them fire ass metaphors.
Yeah. Wow, dude. All right.
And that's why it's called Space Evaded.
Damn. I mean, I saw it coming and I still lost my mind. Yeah, that was good.
It's pretty big.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's your question. Is that all you gotta ask me, man?
Yeah, that was perfect. That's
all right. Cool.
Thanks for joining me today.
Good play. Oh yeah, you're welcome. You're very welcome for coming onto your show here, Trent.
Yeah, it's been great. Very much looking forward to improving the brand of Space Evaded.
Space Evaded is going to be getting a lot bigger.
Huge.
Trust me. So let's go to a 5-minute break. Play some golf. We'll throw the information to join the game in the chat here. So catch you guys in about 5 minutes.